So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We're going to eventually talk about this Manchester United planned new stadium. We was going to talk about it earlier. Flipping mosquitoes, I swear down, they're everywhere. We was going to talk about it earlier. However, the breaking news was Calafiori signed for Arsenal and Smith Rowe is leaving Arsenal. So if you didn't check out that stream, that's on the main channel. Do go and check that out. There was also a video that I dropped on that main channel. Literally, the minute I posted that upload, both of them stories were announced and confirmed. So I had to go live. So go and check out the video as well. We're talking about Victor Gyökeres. None of this clickbait rubbish around here. Obviously, we haven't bid for him. We haven't got personal terms agreed. But according to all the clickbait mob, apparently it's close. So go and check out that video if you haven't as well. Both them videos, one upload, one video, both on the main channel. But for here, we are going to speak about Man United. They've been doing pretty well this season, or summer, should I say. They've got two players in. Their number one and number two targets. Number one defensive target, number one striker target. Obviously, Højlund went down injured the other day in the game against Arsenal, and so did Lenny Yoro. So they've had to kind of speed things up a little bit. It's looking like Wan-Bissaka is on his way out, and Mazwari is looking like he's on his way in, which is, for me, is a bit of a mad one. I can't lie. But let me know what you guys think. All you Man United fans out there, let me know what you think. Is that a good deal? Obviously, it's not a swap deal. He's going to West Ham, apparently, Wan-Bissaka. And then Mazwari's coming in, but they won't get him in until, obviously, they get rid of Wan-Bissaka, which, like I said, for me is a bit of a madness. These mosquitoes are trying to nick my beer. Who do they think they are, bro? You dirty tea leaves, get out of here. But anyway, we're here to talk about the new stadium. I want to share this article because this came to my attention earlier. And I thought we might as well have a little butchers at it. Little butchers. This is from The Guardian. Radcliffe favours a new 100-seat stadium as Manchester United decision looms. Minority shareholder wants decision taken by December. New build would cost $2 billion plus takeout about 6 years. So Jim Radcliffe wants Man United to decide on their stadium plans by December and favours a new facility with a capacity of 100,000. That would cost more than $2 billion, take 6 years to complete. They would be constructed next to Old Trafford, so it's not going to be a million miles away. It's going to be right next door. Allowing the use of the existing venue until the new one is ready. A prime consideration in the build's aesthetic would be that it's reasonably in the club's image. Sorry, recognize. I'm having a mare. Where's my eye drops? Recognizably in the club's image. Jesus Christ. The other option is to rebuild. Is a rebuild of Old Trafford, but that would mean a marked drop in revenue because the section of the ground would be closed while being revamped, or United would have to play somewhere else while the work's taking place. Colette Roach, United's chief operating officer, in the project. It's a project. We have to take shots on the buzzwords. The project. The minority shareholder who is in charge of the football and operations. She has visited a number of the world's leading stadiums, obviously on clubs, and consulted owners on their principally involved in the venue's Genesis. They're loving the big buzzwords today, aren't they? Genesis, good band back in the day. Anyway, this has included discussions with Real Madrid executives regarding the reconfiguration of the Santiago Bernabeu, which began in 2019 and is nearing completion. Excuse me. And is nearing completion. Anyway, and there is an in-depth assessment of the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, Los Angeles, obviously Stan Kroenke Stadium, the stadium we played the other day, opened in 2020 and hosted the friendly last Saturday, had 70,240 capacity and can rise to 100,240. Took 4 years to construct, cost $5 billion, plus 1 million square foot canopy embedded with 27 LED screens that offer prime advertising space with a display able to be seen by air traffic coming into nearby Los Angeles. Oh, yes, Oh, we're on a plane. Oh, yes, I can see that for 2 minutes. Well done. Nobody cares. The SoFi is home to the NFL team LA Rams and LA Chargers, and is a major concert venue situated on 298-acre Hollywood Park campus site, an entertainment complex that features a retail park, residential apartments, and a YouTube theater. Okay, just what you want. United held a number of meetings before their US tour with those responsible for developing the software to learn from the project. Buzzword, project, guys. Anyway, guys, make sure you smash these likes up. Obviously, we have to take shots on the buzzwords. Anyway, let's continue. Where were we? Particularly the campus element, as the club assesses how to best use Old Trafford. James T. Butts Jr. I was going to say that sounds like an American. That's a proper American name. James T. Butts Jr., man. The mayor of Inglewood, who drove Hollywood Park's development, said, maybe biased, but I think this is a preeminent sports venue in the world. To be fair, that stadium looked lit. I can't lie. That stadium looked amazing. The roof is the biggest advertising opportunity in the world. Okay, fair enough. And that's the end of that then, is it? Okay, well, we'll find another one then. Is that what we're doing here? Jesus Christ. Because that weren't the one I read earlier. So let's find the other one. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail, Gunner. Man United new stadium. Let's go BBC. Okay. Okie dokie. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Right. Complications in renovating the 74,310 capacity. Let me reshare this. Let's go. Has been Manchester United's home since 1910, include a railway line at the back of the Sir Bobby Charlton stand, and having to significantly reduce capacity during building works, causing inconvenience to fans, major loss of revenue. I remember when Arsenal were building the Emirates Stadium, we had to try and get the bridge on, and then parts of the roof. The drama, because there's a train line that goes straight behind it, very similar to this, just straight behind it. It is absolute drama trying to get that done. You have to close. Well, we had to get permission and close off everything pretty much, because obviously no trains can go down it when you're trying to put a 250-ton bit of metal on a crane and get it across to put it in as a bridge. It's long. It's not easy, guys. It's really not easy. Really not easy, but it is what it is. Unlike Tottenham, who played at Wembley while their 1.2 billion stadium was being completed, United have no obvious alternative ground to use. Well, you could go and share with Man City, I suppose, couldn't you? How you go and share with Man City? No, you are the noisy neighbours now. You are the noisy neighbours now. Anyway, about taking the piss too much, because I know you Manx get a little bit in your feelings sometimes. The club wants something to keeping in with their roots in the industrial city, and it's anticipated that the statues around the current stadium would be relocated to the new ground. Ratcliffe wants local and national government to play some part in the funding. The overall project, although realistically is likely to involve transport links. Exactly how the stadium would be financed is one of the subjects still under discussion. As current exchange rates, United's present debt is 647.5 million, excluding outstanding transfer fee payments, made up of $650 million, $504.5 million, historic debt and legacy of the Glazer family in 2000. Oh, wow, 143 rolling credit facility. This is mad. Right, obviously, we've got to that bit. There was a bit about Gary I wanted to read out. Maybe I've missed that. Maybe because obviously that wasn't on the other article. Maybe it's right at the beginning of this, because this is crazy. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. The task force is chaired by Lord Seb Coe and Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham and former skipper Gary Neville. Gary Neville has his grubby little paws on absolutely everything, doesn't he? Yeah, this guy genuinely has his mitts on everything. It's wild. How does this guy get a gig everywhere? Like, for me, this is just crazy. Like, genuine. Like, how is Gary Neville involved in it? What's he got to do with anything? What's he got to do with it? Yeah, you play for the club. Cool. So did Beckham. So did Roy Keane. So did Cantona. It's actually wild. This bit's kind of interesting as well. Ratcliffe's 1.25 billion deal for his 27.7% stake in the club included the 237 for future investment in the club's stadium. His Ineos group had taken over the football operations. Now, this is the thing for me, yeah. Man United, apparently this club consortium or this task force have met 4 times. 4 times, largely centered around a new build rather than renovating the existing stadium, which would cost 1.2 billion and take longer. So you're better off doing the 2 billion and getting it done quicker. 2 billion, 100k seats. They want a decision made by the end of 2024. And listen, I think this can only be a good thing for Man United. I can't lie. Yeah, Man United should be the Real Madrid of England, and they're not. Why? Because they've been run like an absolute clown club for the last 15 years or 20 years or so. Even when Fergie was there, the last few years under Fergie, it was a bit of a madness. But listen, if Man United get a new stadium, it ain't going to be completed until 2030. But you should be doing a new stadium, or at least sorting out the old one. Yeah, because the old one's falling down in it. And let's be real, it's been there since 1910. Maybe it is time for a new stadium, but I don't want to see one of these fishbowl stadiums. Yeah, the SoFi Stadium looked amazing. However, I like the old school squared off stadiums, rectangular shaped stadiums, like Old Trafford. It looks amazing. Yeah, I've never been. I refuse to go because it's like that. As you're walking down the steps and you're like sardines and it stinks of piss and it's leaking, which is why I refuse to go and gave my ticket away. However, I like that type of stadium, like Goodison Park, like a West Ham back in the day, like Highbury, a squared rectangular shaped stadium. None of this fishbowl stuff. It looks good. However, Man United is the biggest club in England, so try and keep a bit of history with it, innit? Unlike my club that decided not to. But listen, let me know what you guys think. It'd be interesting to see what you guys are saying, especially the Man United fans, but obviously everyone else as well. I think it'd be a good idea. And I think, listen, Man United, they're starting to move everything around. Obviously, the Glazers have given this lot power to do what they want pretty much within reason. They're obviously going to get a new stadium rocking and rolling by the looks of it. And as soon as that gets going, it can only be a good thing. Yeah, it might take 6 years, it might take 5 years, it might take 4 years, depends. And once it gets going, you could be kicking on because your revenues are ridiculous as they are. Yeah, now imagine a new revenue with a bigger stadium, more advertising space, so on and so forth, and you're winning on the pitch. All of a sudden, you're leaving everyone behind. And that's kind of jarring, I can't lie. But whether it happens to fruition or not is mad. And only the future will tell us. Anyway, leave your comments down below. I'm getting eaten alive by flipping mosquitoes, so I'm going to go and chill and go and get in bed. Have a blessed evening. Leave your comments there. Sub to the channel. Thumbs up the video always. Check out the 2 on the main channel. Obviously, Calafiori signed. He's got aura. Aura is another word for I fancy him. So yeah, check that video out. It's obviously the stream that I did about Smith Rowe going on Fulham as well. He's en route to have a medical. So I think he's leaving Philadelphia, I think, to fly for a medical. So yeah, check that out. And then also check out the Eucharist upload that I did at pretty much the same time. It was within the same hour. So listen, bless you all. And I'm out of here. Love. Laters. Bosh.